goodness, dude.
Really? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue working on the Dodge Ram 3500 that we're building for our pops. And as you've seen in the previous video, we started working on our cooling system and we got most of it figured out. Starting with our intercooler here, we got that sucker plumbed up, as well as our radiator. We finally got this truck running and up to temperature, and I gotta say this sucker runs absolutely smooth. But we still got a little bit more to go with our cooling system. We gotta figure out the plumbing on the transmission cooler, the power steering cooler, as well as the AC condenser. And if you look here, we do got all the newer lines here for the newer generation truck. And some of these will bolt up directly, but some of them will have to be modified just to get the coolers working. But anyways, we're gonna probably start with our transmission cooler up top here, grab the lines for it, and hopefully just get this sucker plumbed up. All right, so as for this transmission cooler, we're just mocking up the lines to it to see how they're gonna run. And honestly, they're running to the opposite side that we need them to run. I guess for the newer trucks, the transmission or something like that, they're actually run to this passenger side of the engine bay, but we need them to run to this driver side. So this is how it originally runs. It'll just snap into place, but we're thinking about just flipping this line this way, which means that we're probably gonna have to do another 90 on this tube. That way it can just plug right into there and just come to this side. And as for this little line, should be pretty simple. As long as it snaps in, we can just do a little bend and it should be perfect. But anyways, to bend this tube, we want to actually get a tube bender or something that we can find. That way we don't damage this thing. So let's just go ahead and run to a local hardware store and see what we can come up with. That's right, boys. We found the perfect tool right here. We got a big old pipe bender. We're actually here at the Home Depot, and this is actually way too big. We did find one on their website for like 3/8 pipe, and it's going to be perfect, but you do got to order it, which kind of sucks. But anyways, we're going to keep searching and hopefully find the one that we need. All right, so we just had to leave the Home Depot for Lowe's, but you know what? We found the perfect tool here. We got some tube bending pliers pretty much, and I think these should be perfect, right?
Oh yeah, they go all the way up to 3/8, so I think that's what we need, dude.
It's gonna be perfect for them aluminum tubes, so let's just go ahead and head back home. All right, so we finally plumbed up our transmission cooler, and I gotta say, it couldn't have been any better than this because these lines just plugged right into the other lines there. We did bend them a little bit, but you know what? They could be a little bit cleaner, but I believe this will get all covered up with some sort of cover here, so we're not gonna worry about that just yet. But as for these lines, we did make some 180-degree turns here and also here, and they just connected right into place. They go where they need to go. But instead of using this tool right here, we just use some brute force, some hands, and even the bend pack lift there, but we managed to get it right and how we like it. Now we got a functioning transmission cooler. All we gotta do is actually top off the transmission fluid because this cooler right here is a lot bigger. The older one, or the original one, was way smaller. It was built into the condenser. It was like 1/4 of it. So just a little bit more fluid and we'll be ready to go. But the next thing that we're gonna focus on is actually our power steering cooler. So let's just go ahead and mount this sucker and try to run the lines to it. All right, so we went ahead and installed our brand new power steering cooler. And as you can tell, there's a pretty big difference between this one and the original one here. It's about half the size and it's kind of small. So we went ahead and tried to run the hose to this connector point, and we noticed that the original hose is much larger. So we decided to do some research, and we found out that the 2020 3500 trucks should have a power steering cooler about this size right here. It'll just have different mounting points right here, and it mounts like somewhere in here nice and clean, and also the lines will run nice and clean. It'll be really easy to install. So we went ahead and actually put an order in on that. As of right now, we will have to run this, that way we can move this truck around or whatnot. So we'll top off the power steering fluid and actually move on to our AC condenser. All right, so that is it for our AC lines. It was actually the easiest thing out of everything to run. Honestly, we just had to modify that one little plug-in right there, which was super easy with a drill bit. But dude, everything basically plugged up right into its original position. The AC pump is exactly the same, so all these new lines plugged right up. And on top of that, this new sensor, I think right here, is actually identical to our old one. So the wiring harness should just plug right in. So we should be good. We're basically good on all of our coolers, right?
Exactly. Our whole entire cooling system seems to be complete. The only thing that I'm worried about is actually when we're going to be charging the AC system, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if we should put the amount of AC for the older truck or the newer truck. It just depends. Honestly, what we can do is look how much the new truck takes and how much the old truck takes. And they might be even the same, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. If they're identical or if they're really close, we'll kind of split the difference. And I think we'll figure that part out.
Yeah, as long as it's going to blow some cold air. But anyways, the only thing we got left is basically the power steering cooler, which we'll get that in. No big deal. We know that sucker will run right up in. But right now, we need to go ahead and move on to basically our engine bay, just cleaning it up, like this big bunch of wires. We need to go ahead and route all that up over here and basically clean up the engine bay.
Yeah, and also we got like the fan shrouds and we got covers. We're gonna make this look nice and pretty up here, man.
Everything, even this cover up here. So let's just keep on going, see if we can get this whole entire engine bay cleaned up. All right, guys, so we just went ahead and actually wired up this one plug because it actually got ripped off with our old one, but we got our brand new one on here, all wired up, good to go. And we got one more thing that we got to extend, and this is actually for our AC line right here. It's just way too short. So we do have a new wiring harness right here that we bought because of the headlight plugs that we needed, and What the crazy thing is this thing only came with one headlight plug.
Dude, that's super weird.
I know, one huge harness for the front of this thing and just one headlight plug, which is right here, which means we're probably gonna have to order another harness, I guess for the driver or passenger side, I'm not sure. But this is our line for our AC line right here. So we're just gonna cut this one as well, just extend it to there. And then once we extend this, we're probably gonna move on to our headlight and hopefully at least get one plug working the whole entire headlight. So
dude, that's gonna be epic getting that headlight working. But once we get that headlight working, I think it's gonna be tough because there's lots of LEDs and there's a lot more wires.
There's like 11 little pins that go in the headlight, and the original one only has like 6. So we're gonna have to do some kind of wiring, some testing, and hopefully get that thing running, dude.
And also we are figuring out where all these other wires are going. So we labeled a few things, but we got everything figured out for the most part. But I guess let's just keep moving with some soldering and we'll go from there.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh my goodness, dude.
Really?
That looks so sick.
Dang, that looks real good.
I can't even believe we just got that sucker wired up without any wiring diagram or schematics. But anyways, let's see if the rest of this stuff works. Hit that high beam, dude.
I thought this was gonna be super difficult. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Dude, that is super bright.
They look bright from here.
Oh my goodness.
Is that the high beam too or no?
I don't think that's a high beam. Hit the high beam.
Ready?
Yeah. Dang, son. Everything is working. I can't even believe it.
Let's do the turn signal.
Last thing, turn signal. Let's see it. Yes, sir. And they're both on. Every bulb is on almost. Look at that.
Dang, dude, that is sick. Dude, these headlights are so bright.
Dude, I can't even believe it, man. This is pretty dang epic. And I honestly thought this was going to be the most difficult part of everything. Actually, everything is coming together pretty easily so far.
We just kind of guessed on this right here. We really just wired up some of the biggest wires on here because high beam, low beam was the easiest because they actually had the same colored wires. So we just wired those up. But the rest of the stuff, man, we just threw together and dude, everything works, dude.
Man, that is going to look so sick with everything painted and
How does it, dude, with the DRL, it looks so good.
Yeah, man. Go see if you could just put it in DRL mode and see if everything works. The turn signal and all that good stuff works with just DRLs. Test this. Yeah, everything is working, man. And you even got this little amber light wired up. Man, dude, this thing is sick,
dude,
man.
This thing's coming together. There is some empty wires, some loose ones. I don't know what that's for. I can just go ahead and touch. Really don't do anything. I don't know exactly what that's for, but if we got it like this, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a picture of this. That way we can use it on the other side, you know what I mean?
Yeah, once we do get that new harness in, but we still gotta order that. But anyways, I'm just happy we figured this out.
Now it's time to go ahead and probably start putting our body panels on, right?
Put our body panels on, and also you might have noticed we put our fans on.
And fan shroud and all that good stuff. And I think we do have one more shroud for the front of this, but we're gonna hold off on that because we're gonna have that in the way. But anyways, dude, this is legit.
This
dude.
is awesome, man. I can't even believe we made it this far, honestly,
I know, right?
man. But anyways, I guess let's just keep on moving.
Yep, let's go ahead and wire these suckers up for good. All right, so we soldered up the headlight, put all of our body panels on. We actually readjusted everything better than before, and the hood latch and everything is finally on, so this sucker shuts perfectly. Check this out. Woo! Dang, man. All the gaps are precise. The headlights are looking good with the grill. Man, dude, this thing came out way better than I expected. Dude, she's looking good, dude.
Go ahead and turn on that headlight for me right quick, man. I gotta see what it looks like. Although we only got one.
I'm just gonna turn on the daytime running light.
Just the DRLs. Dang! Dude, I can't wait till we get both of them actually. Sucks that we don't have it, but...
Dude, this front end looks so good, dude. I'm so glad all that hard work is finally paying off.
Finally paying off, man.
Dude, check that out, dude. That is so sick, man.
That is sick, man. It sucks, like I just mentioned, we don't have that. Also, we don't have that little plastic piece, but we'll have that, I think, tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah, hopefully with that little cooler right there, fingers crossed. But anyways, dude, we got some work to do right now because next thing is this bumper, dude.
Yeah, bumper goes on, and then we're actually gonna crack open that engine bay once again and try to throw on some trim pieces.
Yeah.
Not the cold air, but
the intake, and then we got to throw on the little. We have a few trim pieces up top that we want to test out, see how they fit as well. So.
Dude, and basically this thing will be ready for the very first test drive.
Very first test drive, and dude, we're almost ready for some paint, dude.
Oh, dude, we are right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. This thing is gonna be epic. But
yeah.
Let's go ahead. I guess. What do you want to do first? Throw on the bumper?
No, let's go ahead and finish up the trimming out the engine bay. Let's go ahead and pop it open and put them plastic pieces on.
Alright, so check that out, guys. We finally threw on all the trim pieces, and I gotta say this engine bay looks absolutely amazing. We threw on this piece right here that covers up like the majority of the radiator support, also the windshield wiper cover right here. I gotta say that sucker fit up perfectly along with the pieces that go up to the fender. I think a few people were actually saying that wouldn't work, but it just worked. It just, you know, popped right in, as well as this piece right here on the bottom of the hood. That works perfectly fine because we ordered it for the 2020, of course. But I mean, this thing is coming together. We were just about to throw on this front bumper, but we noticed that we still got a lot of welding to do. If you look closely here, these brackets are not fully welded in, they're just tacked in. And that's the main support for the aprons themselves. So we're just gonna probably do that tomorrow. We did run out of time, but check this out right quick. That looks absolutely amazing, dude. I can't get over it. And everything works, dude. The automatic lights, all that good stuff. I wish that side was working, but we'll get to that here real soon. But as of right now, we just catch you guys tomorrow in the morning.
Next day here, we're just gonna go ahead and keep moving, bring in our welder, weld in these brackets, and then we can slap on our front bumper.
So there you have it, guys. We finally threw on that front bumper and got it fully aligned, as well as all the other body gaps. Man, this front end is looking super mean, especially with that DRL on right there. I can't wait to get the other one hooked up. and even the light bars and the pod lights, man, this front end is gonna look super killer. But as for the front bumper, there's a few things that we're still gonna add, like probably some D-rings and some little sensor covers. But as for the winch that goes back there, I don't think we'll have enough room. And also, since the intercooler is right behind there, we don't really want to restrict airflow, so we're still gonna think about that. But anyways, this front end is completely together. The engine bay is looking nice. We're pretty much ready for a test drive here soon, but that'll probably be in the next video. And here soon, we're gonna start prepping this sucker for paint here as well. So we're super excited, but that is gonna be all for today's video. So with that being said, make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram at goonzquad. And also, guys, if you want to help support your boys, I do want to mention that we just restocked on our goonzquad Dang Son t-shirts. This is probably one of our most popular t-shirts, and these suckers always sell out super quick. So if you didn't get you one, definitely be sure to visit goonzquad.com and cop you one. But with all that being said, thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.